Hello folks, it's me Fraser here again. This is going to be a little tour that I'm going to do. It's been almost 10 years, no not 10, well it's almost been 20 years since I left New Zealand by myself for the very first time, and I went halfway around the world by myself until I met up with a mate of mine who could speak the basic language. But it's, yeah, coming up to 20 years, which makes me feel very old, that I went to Ladakh, to the Himalayan region of India. And this flight we're going to follow this valley up here, try and pick out a few like spots and whatnot. Come around here, we're going to follow this like valley. We went to Lukla, then we're going to come down here. We're going to follow this flight all the way around to Padum, and then maybe do a complete circle all the way back to Leh. And we might do another one with the helicopter, land at a few spots and whatnot. But yeah, let's do like a full flight around here with the let's see how well this goes, because I would be lying if I said I've flown this a lot. Investment well spent sitting in the hangar, because I haven't used this much at all, so I'm just going to have to fumble my way around it. And let's have a little go, eh? So we'll get rid of the passenger, it'll just be me by myself today. Let's open it all up, eh? Let's see what it looks like with everything all open, like so. It's a lovely aircraft, Milviz Blackbird simulation, I think they're called now. It's definitely probably one of their flagship products. Maybe that and their F4 Corsair. But they have made some other great aircraft too. I am absolutely hanging out for their 737-200. That is something I am. I might make this a bit dirty too, eh? Just trying to think now, what should I use? Got owned. Yeah, let's go with that, eh? It's quite cool how you can like fiddle around with all of these things, but we'll close up all of these doors and we will try and learn how to turn this aircraft on again. And I think the key thing we are definitely going to ask ourselves is, can this aircraft handle this high altitude? We're going to just, you know what, I'm just going to give it a go and see if I can do this without using the checklist. But the checklist is there, folks. I think that looks quite comprehensive. Right. Where is our battery? Let's turn our battery on. Right, do I have to... Mixture, they probably can become, they can come right up to lean, can't they? Right, let's try this, eh? Let's try this. Maybe I'll take these down to low, eh? Oh, maybe a bit. This is going to be very interesting, I reckon. So those are on. Get our RPM right up there, I think. Get some heat going. It's probably quite... Get rid of the yoke there. What else do I need to do? Alright, how do we turn on these? Oh, so our fuels. I do like their sense of humour. I might put a bit of flaps down. Right, let's turn on our strobe. Let's just pretend we're clear for takeoff. Turn these on. There we go, this is the one. These click spots are pretty non-existent, aren't they? Right, let's give that a go, eh? That's all powering up. I can turn that up to on, and let's set our heading back to our departure runway, which is 25. And we are pretty much ready to take off. This will be very, very, very interesting. Right, parking brakes can come off, can throttle it up. I'll keep this up for reference. Oh, it's thereabouts, it's doing alright. I could imagine if this was 2024 that would be quite bumpy with their new rendering of the I think of their, you know, their 3D rendering of the taxiways and whatnot. So I reckon we are pretty light. We're not gonna we're not gonna be needing sorry. We are not going to be needing the full length runway, famous last words. And I don't know if we should keep our richer like that, our mixture that lean, but I think we are quite high, so let's see what happens, eh? The worst thing that can happen is we're going to be just a car for the whole duration. Moment of truth, guys. So far, so good. really struggling at that altitude, isn't it? 10,000 feet, I think we will be using the full 2.5 Ks this runway is. Get these landing gear up, get that drag. And I think we can raise the flaps, can't we? Alright, that's actually looking pretty good. We'll throttle back so we're not damaging the engines. Keep that, I'm guessing, in the green band there, keeping the RPM. And we will start our climb. We'll turn off the landing lights too. Do I have to do that manually? I think we do. And this is going to be the fun part, folks, is can we climb up and above this gradual climb, this. And I'm just going to set the autopilot, actually. I'm just going to set the autopilot. Oh. Select it to heading, and we'll select right, we really want to go for that valley over there. I don't think we're going to be clearing that little hill. We will get the helicopter next flight, and we'll just zigzag through these valleys, make it a bit more interesting. But this plane here, I don't think it's got much performance in the tank to do anything crazy, so I'm going to just speed up the simulation a bit. But yeah, we're just going to do a little flight through this valley here. I'll probably go outside and just enjoy flying at this. I might just level off here, actually. I might just do just a slight head up. And yeah, this is something I've been wanting to do for a long time, is actually do some VR flying. But yeah, we are literally like a heavy car scraping along the highway here, eh? We are literally pushing this aircraft to its limits. We might increase the VS a bit more. Keep this charts up, so we're just going to follow which is, I believe that's the Indus River. That might be the confluence over there with the Zanskar River, I believe it is. Yeah, I think we will get the helicopter out on the next flight. We'll do this flight, we'll go up to Kargil, come around this valley here, see if we can follow this all the way around back to Leh. And we are going to probably have to pick our... Maybe if we just follow the river, eh? Yeah, let's follow the river, eh? So far so good though. We are probably, like I said, right at the limits of this aircraft, but we'll push it anyway. Oh, that's going to be very cold, that wind. But yeah, we're just admiring the beautiful views of the Ladakh, Kashmir region of India. And what I was going to do was I was going to set this. Actually, it's not too bad. I was going to set the weather presets so it gets rid of all of the superficial snow and it just keeps the the actual baked in snow there. But yeah, I'm gonna do that actually. I'm gonna exit out of my, and I'll change the weather to just like, yeah, that looks a lot better. We can now appreciate the barren and sparse landscape, and it brings out all of this sort of really good detail too, so we'll stick with that. And I think we can just level out there, folks. And yeah, we'll appreciate and explore this region. I was going to do some running commentary, which I am at the moment, but I'll try and figure a way of putting my photos in from my time in India and my time especially in Ladakh. But I do believe around here is the Lomaru monastery. There's the Lomaru. So we're going to turn up down here and we're going to take this valley, okay? So we are going to follow this road along. So this road is a very, very narrow part of the journey through here. I do remember looking straight up at the boulders when we're coming down this road here and having that concerned look on my face as it was boulders up this side and raging torrent glacial waters that were well and truly on their mount. And I'll just change the time of day because it is, in real life it is. That's a nice view, isn't it? So we're going to follow this road along. This is the road that I took in a bus, a Tata bus with the bags on the roof. Built for skinny Tibetan Buddhist Indian people, light frame people, not big fat heavy mother effers like myself. Knees comfortably pressed right up hard against the seat in front of me with the little pop rivets right in that cartilage bit of your knee, so every pothole I felt every one of those rivets run along. I felt the rivet run along through all the different cartilages and muscles in my knee, which was very pleasant. And that's sort of coloured alright actually, but yeah, if you can imagine during the spring pre-glacial melts, this would be basically reflective of the sky, so it'd either be dark blue or sort of that hazy turquoise colour. That looks like that must be a little like military camp there, as you guys probably, like, I don't want to get into any political stuff. This is a very interesting part of the world, but dare I say there is a very strong heavy military presence along here, and we are now going to be taking this real tight turn down this valley here. And as you can see these roads snaking up and down these mountains over these passes. It's, yeah, such a... Look at that one. Look at all those hairpins going up there to get across over here. If this road's blocked, it really is out of this world, isn't it, this part of the world? And to put into contents like that would just be a straight drop. Like, unfortunately the terrain does not give it any justice, and this road is certainly not for the faint-hearted. But we are coming up to the famous Lomaru Monastery, which is absolutely beautiful and stunning. This will be all bright green to these little floodplains here where they grow produce and whatnot. It is such a lovely contrast between basically this is basically desert. Lomaru Monastery, that must be it down there. You guys will have to go see Lomaru Monastery, not for the faint-hearted in regards to the drive, but for the view alone. It's a very, very lovely part of the it's a very lovely monastery, and I believe there's lots of monasteries all through these regions here. And we have got ourselves into a slight, we might have to oh, and can we make it full throttle? Oh, we'll just pretend we scraped through there, but that was very, very close. And I'm just going to go back to altitude mode. Maybe should have come at that bit higher next time. Oh, the helicopter would have coasted up through there. Yeah, it doesn't give it... I mean, this is leaps and bounds ahead of the scenery in FSX, but yeah, this is nothing like what FSX, like this view is just amazing. The scenery really gets that detail, not quite the cliffs and whatnot, but we will definitely have to revisit this in 2024 when I get that. So you're still following this road around, get up to Cargill, come around here, then we'll perform the circle. And I might throttle it down because the old 220 kilovolt power lines coming through here, kilowatts, whatever it is, powering these little villages and communities. Yeah, it's such lovely, inhospitable, barren, almost lunar-like landscape, isn't it? these roads making their way up these into the mountains here. So follow this valley. I'm not too sure. That must be pointing at that, so it must be going around that mountain there, and that might be the famous Kunanoon mountain in the distance there, which we will come across when we come along here. I'm just going to speed this up a bit more. And I'll try and insert some photos of my trip back in 2006 just to give it a bit more context with what we're seeing in real life, which is pretty much what we're matching up with. Just the elevation levels would be a lot more steeper in certain parts here. You can see that would be pure cliff face kind of thing. And we might just slow it down a bit because we have to do this turn down here, coming up to Kargil, which is, yeah, one of those border towns right on the edge of, well, I guess, yeah, right on the edge there. So we are I have to see if they do flights here. We should definitely try and land at that airport, but I'm guessing, yeah, I'm guessing that's more of a military airport than anything else. But we'll actually, I forgot about that airport. We should take our helicopter from there and fly down this part of the valley, actually. We should do that. I'll still do this full loop right round with the plane, and then I'll do some with the do some exploring with the helicopter. Yeah, you can see these lush green like flood basins around here. It's like that, but a lot more vibrant. I mean, it's like that, but it's, yeah, it's more continuous through these river channels. And when you're on the ground there, it really does come out quite vibrant when you're up against the yellow tan colors of the mountains. So we're gonna, back when I did this, we came around this valley through to Padum, which is the end of the line for this road. And then we will, I don't think this road existed when I was here, but we'll try and see if this loops back to Ladakh, and yeah. As you can see, we're coming up to that sort of generic textures. Obviously they don't have any good quality textures, but the train's still thereabouts, which is great to see. We probably don't need those de-icing things on. We can just save her a bit of power. Oh, and we have taken the wrong turn, so we better come down this valley here. Oh no, we're on the right valley. When you're doing mountain flying, it's definitely not one of the places where you do want to make the wrong turn, because dare I say, you are really pushing things uphill. Literally pushing things uphill with this aircraft. So hopefully we get back to more... This doesn't look like bad generic texturing, but it's sort of on the cusp of generic versus a satellite view. It's actually quite hard to decipher that, but this must be coming into where we stayed that time at the base of that's Noon Mountains over there, I do believe, and that's a glacier that sneaks its way up. Once again, I'll try and find some photos and post them up for you guys, and we will just follow this road along, eh? We won't cheapskate our way and cut across that valley there. Looks like a little building up on the mountain there. See, that's part of the glacier that goes, I think it's like one of the longest glaciers in the world, that glacier that goes up into the Coon Mountain. It's either the Coon or the Noon Mountain. Some of like the highest peaks, Coon and Noon, there we go. Some of the famous and highest peaks in India. And this is where we stayed. When we did this trip, we stayed halfway around this valley here, and it was a really lovely little homestay that we stayed in. That was back, of course, pre pre-internet days, so everything was done through, basically I had the rough planet guide, not the Lonely Planet, but the rough planet one, and found this accommodation in the book, and thankfully that accommodation was still available. And yeah, it's so different when you think back. Accommodation was booked through hearsay, or you're trusting a guide that was probably dated the moment that it got published. Coming into a bit more nicer, what do you call it, satellite imagery, which is good, which is great. Yeah, it must be around here that we stayed, I reckon, because we did have views looking up to the mountain. Yeah, it's just such a different world up here, isn't it? And this is something I've been wanting to do. Well, this particular flight, this is the first time I've ever done this since I got FS 2020. I've done this in FSX, but it's definitely not the same. We valet around here, then we'll come back to Leh, and we'll get the helicopter and we'll try and go over the world's highest motorable pass into the oh, what's this valley called? It's a very famous valley, but this is right on the border. You can see all these glaciers coming up through here. If you guys are adventurous types and you don't mind roughing it up, definitely do this trip. Be it what we did, a mixture of hitchhiking on trucks, bit of hitchhiking. We paid someone to use the cab, taxi. That was really cool. Yeah, it's definitely a quite deceiving. We're slowly rising upwards, so it better. Likewise with our yeah, I definitely. And if you are hiking type, then definitely by all means, this is a great place for doing treks. It's like the forgotten sister to your classic Nepal. This is just a different part of the world that's often forgotten about, but definitely come up here. Come and check out Ladakh. Come and do this. I mean, there's probably lots of walks all through these little valleys here. I think that's us. We can just go back to altitude mode. Yeah, if you're doing mountain flying, you definitely do not want to get the wrong valley, because, dare I say, you'll become part of the permanent scenery. But yeah, coming across these like floodplains, exactly how I remember it, being quite dry around here, even though it is fresh water. I think that's probably too rich, and also too, it's just, the water is just too cold. Oh, oops, I think I need to take this turn down here, folks. That was lucky. I honestly thought that scrape that I did, well, in real life that would have been lights out, definitely. Blades would be instantly bent 90 degrees backwards. Either that or sheared completely off, but we definitely did bottom out that previous one, but we came very close there, didn't we? No, it's absolutely beautiful. Like I say, if you're a adventurous type, this is definitely worth a trek up. Well, trek, bus, car. This is all car and Tata trucks. Definitely worth it up here. And I'm just going to slow this down because it's getting a bit too fast with the warp speed, but we will continue on. Following this road basically as it sneaks its way up and around and over this river basin here. This definitely looks like we might have to climb that. Looks like it's the and that base altitude is 15,000 feet, and we are definitely below that, so we better start our climb upwards, as you can see. If we eye level it up, yeah, we'll probably have to aim for that lowest part of the saddle there. But yeah, isn't this just spectacular, eh? And if you guys can, especially with a geographical mindset, you can imagine these would be a lot more steeper and the edges a lot more sharper, you know, like, yeah, this is definitely one of those places that could really do with if it's not modeled in the... I'm just going to throttle all the way up now. I'm just taking control of the plane where we edge our way up over this little pass here. Whew. Oh no, I'm just gonna do cheat. Oh, that's not gonna work, is it? Yep, and that is our flight done. We should have probably carried on with a bit more. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and... I'll better put the parking brake on because we are up on an incline there. Take these all the way down. And we shall turn on the engines again. Oh, that was a complete failure, wasn't it? Got so close too, folks. Might just have to go reverse for a bit. And let's try that again, eh? Flaps down for a bit, get that speed up, use a bit of this terrain as a bit of a good old-fashioned ski jump ramp takeoff from the old aircraft carriers. Oh, this in real life, this would be bye-bye tires, bye-bye suspension, bye-bye propellers. Any moment now we'll get to takeoff speed. This might do it. Nah, not quite. Gosh, not even that. Not even that was enough, folks. That was... Maybe this will get us a bit of a run up and jump. Nah. Even that, man, like, oh, come on. Give me a break. Come on, you can do it this one. Oh, just not getting that airspeed, eh? Just not getting that airspeed. I think it wants to. Might just get enough lift. We just have to get it past that 80 knots, I reckon. Oh, I think that's the engines. That is the engines. We tried so hard, guys. I might just go to my little... How much damage have we done to the engines? Don't know if it shows us this. Let's just power it off, eh? And... turn off these. Yeah, let's let's repair everything, eh? Let's get everything in a better condition. But we have lost all of that downhill leg, haven't we? Let's... Alright, let's give that a go, eh? Can we? And let's drop the fuel down just a bit, eh? Alright, I think that's us. Let's give that a go. Oh, that's right, I need to give it a bit more revs. That does not sound good, does it? And that sounds like something that's starved off all the oxygen that it needs, eh? Right, let's give this one more go, eh? Take off. Oh, maybe we should have lots of flaps too. Maybe that's too much, but let's try. Basically, by the time we take off, we'll be back at Leh Airport, I betcha. Right, take two. Oh, I think that water slows the plane down, doesn't it? Oh no. Oh, that river's really annoying me now, isn't it? I'll stay way out over here. Hopefully we don't hit that river again. Oh, it's just not getting up any faster than that, is it? Come on, you can do it. You can do it. This might be the downward run that we need. Oh, that's... Oh no, we're back at that silly river. Darn it. Oh no. Oh, come on. That was plenty enough. Oh, this is... That's probably the longest I ever got off the ground there, eh? Oh, for a moment there I thought I was actually off. Oh, I think we might have had it, folks. Oh, finally. Finally, guys, I think we might have just done it. I'm scared. I'm so scared. Right, folks, I think we're after the world's longest takeoff run. I think we've we've managed to do it, folks. I'm so happy right now. I'm more happier than than Christmas Day as a 7-year-old man. This is such an amazing feeling right now. I think we're going to just have to carry on up this valley here before I do anything silly. I'm going to take down the RPM just a bit. And I really want to... I really want to do a turnaround, but I'm scared. Screw it. I'm going to do it in the most narrow part I can find. And I shouldn't have done that. Yep, and that's our flight over and done with, guys. Okay, that's it. Right. Can I go through that whole ordeal? Oh man, why did I do that? Okay, one more try, folks. One more try. These can go all the way down. Right, folks, with a bit of cheating, we finally did it. Let's try that one again, eh? And I should have just used the slew mode right from the beginning. But I almost had it there. I should have not have listened to the little voice in my head and... Right, let's try that again, folks. Gosh, we had done some serious backtracking there, haven't we? Right, and we want to get to at least... Oh, don't tell me I've gone down the wrong valley. I have indeed. No. Oof, that was so close there. So close that we did that one. Alright, I'm going to go back into autopilot mode. Right, I think we just want to get above... I think the safe spot's going to be just on the other side of 1550, I believe, and that should be... Yeah, I think I'll level out the plane just a little bit more. Next, folks, we're going to try the BN2 Islander, I reckon. Right, I think I'm going to call that as perfect. And this time we will clear this pass, I reckon. Let's do this again, folks. That's where we bottomed out earlier. We tried to fly up this little valley here and hope that we could get to the other side, and oh, we were so close, weren't we? I reckon we got up to here, eh? Had we have gone up to here, we'd have just been able to glide down the valley and picked up some more airspeed. Oh, that's that zigzaggy bit that I saw. Yeah. Look at all those hairpins to get up over that pass there. And I do like the detail of, like, you can see where it's sort of obviously washed out through here, and this is the remnants of that washout, which is really good, eh? I really love it here. Right, after that misadventure, we are actually doing alright. Thankfully that all worked out in the end. I wished I'd just carried on and picked up some more airspeed without having to use the Y button, but it is what it is. Yeah, it's so spectacular, isn't it? Great scenery, great countryside. In real life, this is a really cool place to be. I mean, like with any travel advice, like, do your research, because I mean, anywhere has its downsides, but here you're more likely to be, you've got a very good chance of coming in contact with a falling rock onto your Jeep, which I can imagine happens a lot around these areas. I dare say we do need to go back to Leh before we do any more flying in this and repair the engines, repair the suspension, basically repair everything. And we'll come around here. That's the end of the trip that I did, but we'll carry on, see if we can push our way through this this little valley here, and then we'll come back into land at Leh, which would be another challenging flight as well. Landing at high altitude in this thing. If this plane could tell some stories right now. I'm sure he's got a few stories to tell, this guy. Finally, after a venture there, we finally made it to, which is for this road trip. That's, you can see that would have been like a avalanche sort of rock washout all through there. But yeah, we've now made it to this, basically the end of the line, Padum, which we'll fly over. Get ourselves a chapati and some dal and rice, and then we'll push on around up this valley here and attempt to do a full loop. We'll circle right over the town, shall we? Do a full loop around, and then I think I'll probably just start my turn now because we are dicing with the very limits of this capable C310, not to be confused with the C130. And how are we doing for fuel actually? Yeah, we'll probably be not pushing it, but definitely need to get back to Ladakh, to Leh Airport, and fuel up. Right, this will be just speed it up again, but this will be the interesting bit back through here. Yeah, if you have the right aircraft for the helicopter, there's so many like little valleys and ridge lines and so much to explore up here, isn't there? Definitely, if you had the right aircraft and probably a reset button in real life, this will be a fun place to go exploring. Yeah, we'll definitely get the helicopter and sort of weave our way up through this mountain range and maybe stop off along the way and capture in the views. Oh, am I supposed to be going down that valley? Oh, I think we are actually. Right. Let's not tempt fate again. I'll just slow this down and we will just do a... We'll just close our eyes and just do a hard bank. Hopefully we can make it over that little ridge line there. Actually, we'll aim for this ridge line. We'll aim for that ridge line. We can make it over that one. Oh, we could have gone over that one actually. I think that looks like the lowest point of this little saddle here, and we'll just slip we'll slip and scrape our way over this one here, eh? Oh, I might just do a bit more up. I reckon we're going to squeeze on through that one like it's nothing. Just like that. could have fit another 2 or 3 Cessnas under that one, but we'll hopefully turn down here and let's get out of this. Right, hopefully that will lead into this valley here, then we'll carry on with our adventure back to Leh, off to chilling, where we can chill out and think about our life choices. But where do we want to go? We want to sort of carry on. Right, we want to carry on all the way around, don't we? Put the warp speed back on again, and we are back in the right valley that we're supposed to have gone down. And what I might do actually, I feel like, famous last words, I feel like we can probably I reckon we can start our descent into Leh. I reckon this is going to lead us safely all the way back home. But yeah, we'll definitely, I've said this so many times, but we'll get the helicopter out and see what that can do, eh? Hopefully when we come right around this valley, that will lead us basically onto final approach into Leh, but we shall see how that goes. We'll just set our altitude at that for now. Back in the valleys again. Yeah, folks, and I guess there'll be lots of yaks. Yaks are more your agricultural sort of animals, but there'd definitely be, I can imagine there'd be lots of snow leopard, well not lots of snow leopards, they're quite rare, but there'll definitely be snow leopards and different various goats and like tar, I guess, tar seeker, or your sort of mountain species of your antelope type things. Probably be birds up here too, but yeah, this is quite desolate landscape, but there definitely would be life up here. But that's just so spectacular, isn't it? I mean, this is off the beaten track, but if you were a adventurous person, there's probably lots of like, I guess, virgin hikes that you could go up through there. Oh, I should really look at my airspeed too. Yeah, there's probably lots of like hikes that aren't hikes that are waiting for someone to explore that haven't had a human foot set into it. And folks, we are now on the home straight, so we can probably take this down to 1100 feet this time. And that is our little Padum sort of exploration through this part of the valley here, and we will stop it at that, and we'll get the helicopter out and we'll do some more exploring. But for this part of our flight, I'm just going to take over now, and we will land this at the airport, and that will be us for this little adventure. This will probably be an interesting one as well, considering we are quite high up. There's not much performance up here for this guy, but we will see how this goes. Basically almost at full throttle here, guys. Coming into approach now. I'll start easing off the throttle. I might put down the last station flaps, which is like an air brake on this thing. And there we have it. Came down a bit heavier, but that's alright. Back at Leh. And our next adventure will be up over this highest meritable pass in the world, which we'll do with the helicopter. I'm just going to take this exit. These engines must be right on the edge of their comfort zones for sure. And we will just... It's quite a unique position to be in when you use full mixture and the throttle's cut out, the engine's cut out, but we will just coast it here. I think that will do. And that's us, folks. Just turn off the batteries. Done. Perfect, guys. Thanks for being a part of that flight, and we will get the helicopter out and do some more exploration of this stunning lunar, out of this world landscape that is the Himalayan and the Himalayan part of India. And we'll see you again next time, folks.